Good evening. You're watching Hungary Reports, Public Media M1's English language news broadcast. I'm Osha Flum. Thanks for joining us. One Road, One Belt, one of the most important economic forums of the year, has begun in China with the participation of 37 heads of state and government. Hungary is represented by Prime Minister Viktor Orbán. Prior to the three-day-long forum, the Hungarian PM had talks with the Chinese President and Prime Minister. Viktor Orbán said Hungarians need an open-world economy. About the initiative that is also mentioned as a new Silk Road, he said the plan fully coincides with Hungarian national interests.
A year and a half ago, the first Chinese freight train left from Budapest packed with Central European goods to Asia. The almost 10,000-kilometer journey was completed within 2 weeks, passing through countries such as Russia and Mongolia. The trade between Europe and China keeps growing, not just on land but on sea routes as well. To speed up shipping, China has now for years been planning to build a new Silk Road, which would go through as many as 65 countries. To discuss the One Belt, One Road initiative, a three-day summit started on Thursday in Beijing, at which Hungarian Prime Minister Viktor Orbán also takes part, as the World-Scale Development Programme is also counting on Hungary. The Chinese goods arriving to the port of Piraeus in Greece, from where it will be taken on the Belgrade-Budapest rail line in order to be shipped as fast as possible to the heart of Europe. Within a month, the contract for the renovation of the Hungarian section of the Budapest-Belgrade Railway will be signed, announced the Minister of Foreign Affairs and Trade in Beijing. According to current expectations and plans, construction works will begin at the end of 2019 with the beginning of 2020. With the reconstruction of the Budapest-Belgrade Railway line, Hungary will offer the fastest trade route between southeastern and western Europe for Chinese goods, Híradó said. The Hungarian delegation arrived to Beijing on Thursday. Viktor Orbán was greeted by the Chinese Prime Minister in the state guest house. There are huge opportunities for cooperation between the two countries, and I think not only for big companies, but also for small and medium-sized companies in both countries, said the Chinese Prime Minister. As Viktor Orbán put it, Hungary needs an open world economy. This is why Hungary would like to take part in the One Belt, One Road initiative. Chinese companies make a significant contribution to the modernization of the Hungarian economy. I remember the meeting where Chinese and Hungarian companies met. Your investment is now worth $4.5 billion in Hungary. With great respect, we are asking you to maintain the current growth rate of capital investment, the Hungarian Prime Minister said. Viktor Orbán also met with President Xi Jinping on his first day in Beijing, which could be seen in a video uploaded to his social media page. The One Belt, One Road Summit's opening ceremony will be held on Friday in Beijing, where 37 heads of state and government will be present, including Viktor Orbán. The Prime Minister will make a speech on Saturday at the summit.
New shocking data was revealed about a migrant card program in Brussels. There are allegedly two types of migrant cards. A spokesperson of the Fidesz faction said János has informed that the anonymous debit cards are being handed out not only in Greece but in Turkey as well. He recalled that the European Commission has been evading the issue, refusing to give straight answers since the very beginning. At first, they even tried to deny the very existence of the cards, yet later they said the program was a great success.
We are eagerly waiting for the European Commission's response, whether it is true that 2 million or even more migrant cards have been handed out, how many types of cards are in circulation, how many billions of euros have been transferred to these cards altogether, who and when checked who received these cards. As these questions remain unanswered, Viktor Orbán's 7-point program is especially important, according to which migrant cards must be abolished because with these cards, Brussels will further increase migration and the terror threat to Europe.
The much-debated language law was adopted by the Ukrainian parliament. According to the law, except for private conversations and religious ceremonies, only the use of Ukrainian language is permitted. Transcarpathian Hungarian organizations have strongly protested against the law.
Glory to Ukraine, glory to the heroes. This was how members of the Ukrainian parliament rejoiced after passing the new language law. More than the necessary 278 MPs voted for the bill, including Petro Poroshenko's party of more than 106 MPs. The law states the only state and official language in Ukraine is Ukrainian. Other than personal dialogues and religious ceremonies, the state has basically made the use of Ukrainian mandatory in every field of life. Those who violate the rules will receive a fine or could even go to jail. Minorities have opposed the new language bill from the beginning, including Transcarpathian Hungarian organizations. They say the new bill will eliminate the language rights of minorities. For the law to come into effect, the only thing needed is the signature of the president. But as Petro Poroshenko has already confirmed in a video uploaded to his Facebook page, he'll sign the bill as soon as he receives it. The president of the Cultural Alliance of Transcarpathian Hungarians said it's greatly incomprehensible that Parliament accepted a bill badly affecting the rights of a large part of the Ukrainian population after the presidential election. Although the law says it is about the state language, it is actually about banning all languages other than Ukrainian, even putting those in prison for 10 years who dare stand up for their rights of being bilingual or multilingual, Laszlo Breznovic said. The Minister of Foreign Affairs and Trade said, after a new Ukrainian president takes office, Hungary will be able to clarify the situation. This law is obviously unacceptable as it violates the rights of the Hungarian national community. But it must also be seen that this law takes on the views of outgoing President Petro Poroshenko, the spirit and views of Petro Poroshenko, who pursued an anti-Hungarian policy. But at the same time, Ukrainian voters have elected by a large majority another president and have ended the Poroshenko era, Péter Szijjártó said. Volodymyr Zelensky, the winner of Sunday's presidential election, announced after the adaptation of the new law that he would examine whether legislation was in conformity with the constitution of Ukraine and whether it would serve the interests of all citizens living in the country.
Jobbik party considers the law to be outrageous and violating European values, so they support Hungary continuously blocking Ukraine's EU and NATO accession. According to LMP, the right of Hungarian minorities to their language and education are the most important European values to be protected, and therefore there is no room for compromise. During the 7 days of the Sziget Festival in August, 9 world-famous artists will perform on the main stage. Stars like Ed Sheeran, the Foo Fighters, Florence and the Machine, or the 21 Pilots will also take the stage this year. Besides the musical experience, cultural programs await festival goers. Special attention is paid to environmental protection this year as well. There is already a day for which all daily tickets are sold out.
We've managed to get for this year's main stage performance, dare I say, the biggest names to the festival from all major musical genres. It's worth mentioning what wave of excitement was brought on Hungary when we announced Ed Sheeran as the performer for the first day of the festival. All day passes have been already sold out for this day, but you can buy weekly or student passes that are valid for the day, but daily passes are completely sold out.
Two special exhibitions were opened in Semsei Castle in Balmazújváros. The exhibition, entitled Endless Diversity, presents the mysterious world of insects, the most populous group of animals focusing on the species living in Hungary. In addition to countless insect preparations, large-scale mock-ups, reviewers by experts and interactive games offer real family experience. The castle also houses another exhibition that gives insight to the weapons of the Middle Ages. Tegularium, the largest brick collection from the history of Hungary, is situated in the cellar of Domnicai Palace in the Veszprém Castle. Brick was first produced in Hungary about 1,000 years ago. It was a long tradition to stamp, for example, numbers or names into the bricks or mark them with different initials or symbols. Nearly 4,000 types of stamped bricks can be found in the territory of Hungary. Those interested can also learn about the ways of using clay-based building materials and the old tools of brick making at the exhibition. And that's all for now, but we'll be back tomorrow night at around the same time, and you can catch Hungary reports online as well. Please stay tuned for our German, Russian and Chinese language news. Thanks for watching. Take care. Good night.